It is time for another theme park coasting top 10 video where we count down the top 10 rides and attractions at theme parks all around the world. So join me today as we count down the top 10 rides at Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi. Starting off at number 10, we're going to join the most famous Stone Age family, the Flintstones, for a bit of a rocky adventure through Bedrock River. Once boarded your log, you will venture through Bedrock, passing many prehistoric sites and seeing many of our favourite characters, from Fred to Wilma to my favourite Dino. This ride is not easy sailing though, as Dino has become loose in the fair and causing some trouble with the big parade. Don't worry, you don't get too wet though. Well, maybe you do, but when going down the drop there is only one thing to say. Yabba dabba woo! Let me give you a riddle. What is an attraction but also a spine crusher? Well, if you guessed the Riddler Revolution, then you are spot on. Located in Gotham City, this Samperla disco, for starters, probably has the most theming that I have ever seen. And the ride does not disappoint either, as apart from the restraints that are so uncomfortable, you spin on a disc which is connected to basically a huge skateboard ramp with a bump in the middle that on the ride you will go up and down on. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the bump, as I feel like you spend your whole time looking forward to getting over it when you actually only go over for 2 times. Nevertheless, I couldn't make a visit to the park without a ride on a little riddle. Get your sick bags ready, as coming in at our number 8 spot, the Scarecrow the ride will definitely give your stomach a scare and a half. Now I know the last few rides haven't sounded too great on your body, but for this one I would highly recommend checking the safety board before riding. In a nutshell, you are on a plane and the arm which it's attached to will spin completely upside down, while the ride machine also rises into the air. So this ride is not for everyone, but in my eyes, the Scarecrow is outstanding in its field. Did you see what I did there? For our number 7 spot on our top 10 list, we have got 2 of my favourite things, a laser game and the Looney Tunes. This is Ani-Mayhem, the park's 3D trackless laser game dark ride. And if that does not sound cool already, just wait, as you are going to become a temporary ACME's employee on a mission. Grab your barcode scanner, hop into the vehicle and get ready for an experience like no other, as along this 5 minutes ride you will tour around 6 iconic Looney Tunes scenes with many well-known characters as well as props. You will need to shoot both the targets on the screens as well as on the props to get the highest score in your group. This is 100% a must-do ride at the park, and in my eyes a trip to the park is not complete without a ride on the ACME factory. That's all folks. There is a mystery in a museum and it is up to you, with help of course from the mystery gang, to solve it with our number 6 spot, Scooby-Doo, the Museum of Mysteries. Now apart from the laser aspect, this ride is very similar to the Looney Tunes one. However, the reason why I chose this to be at number 6 is because of the storyline, as from the moment you head into the heavily themed queue line to when you head around all of the secret passageways and eerie corridors, this ride has a story developing all the way till the end when the villain is revealed, really making even the biggest thrill seekers go zoinks. Careful though, as there also may be a few surprises along the way. Top 5 were, and for this spot we have the Green Lantern Galactic Odyssey, the ride where if you think you have what it takes to protect the universe, it will light up your street. Ding ding. Okay, that was awful, but this is not, as I know from just looking at the POV, it looks like you are just watching a film for 5 minutes, when actually this is a flying theatre, and if you have never rode one of these before, basically your royal seats can move in any direction imaginable, and during your experience you will head through everything from wind to water being chucked in your face, making this normally at the number 1 spot, really showing how good this park is. The screening doesn't disappoint either, as even though I'm not a huge fan of the Green Lantern, it is still a really fun experience to head around all the extraordinary worlds and act like a true superhero for 5 minutes of my life. It is time for our first roller coaster on the list, as for our number 4 position we have Fast and Furry-ous. No, this is not themed to probably what you think it is, but instead Roadrunner. This does not make the ride bad though, in my opinion it actually makes it better, as of course when you head through the air with Willie E. Coulter around Dynamite Gulch on this hunt for a Roadrunner, you will head round many crazy twists and turns. But the question is, are you going to prevail? No matter what happens though, be sure to have a fun time on this family suspended coaster, as it really is one of the best rides at the park. Here we enter the top 3 rides at the park, and coming in at number 3 we have Justice League Warlord's Attack. As you can probably guess by the name, you are going to have to become a superhero once again to join not only Superman but all of Earth's superheroes in a face-off like no other. After picking up your 3D glasses and jumping aboard your superhero pod, you will head round many screens and theming, immersing you in this very exhilarating story. It does not stop there, as the ride vehicle also tilts in any direction, as well as bouncing while also moving, really keeping you on your edge of your seats. For all of these reasons, I couldn't put Justice League Warlord's Attack anywhere else but number 3. Between number 2 and number 1 it was tough, however after a lot of consideration we decided to put Tom and Jerry's Swiss Cheese Spin at the number 2 position. This is a Zamperla spinning coaster, and once you head through the replica of the Tom and Jerry house, which is really awesome for fans like myself, you will get the opportunity to jump aboard a piece of cheese that will of course twist, turn and obviously spin throughout the layout, really making not only you feel like a piece of cheese after riding, but also have a fun ride. With all of the theming as well on the attraction, it is perfect coaster for the whole family, no matter whether you are on Team Tom or Jerry, but it may also be a little bit cheesy at times. We have made it to the number 1 position, and taking the spot for the best rides at Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi has to go to Batman Night Flight. Themed, believe it or not, to the DC comic character Batman, on this ride you will fly through Gotham City on a ride type that, unless you have ever been to Universal before, you have never been on. In a nutshell, you are attached to an arm and everything on the ride vehicle can rotate, move up and down and literally do everything that you can think of. So while you head around all the screens and theming, telling a story a bit like Justice League, you will be chucked backwards, forwards and rotating literally everywhere, creating an unimaginable experience. For that alone, I would recommend the ride, but with the Batman theming too, a visit to the park without trying to catch the Joker would literally just be a joke. That is it from our top 10 video today. Obviously you all have your own opinions and we would love to see them in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, at the top we have got 2 videos that we know you will love, and at the bottom there is our Patreon page as well as subscribe button. But with all that said, there is only one thing left to say. My name is Tom Derrick from Theme Park Coasting, and I will see you for the next video. Goodbye.